Welcome to East Africa Speaks. My name is Mike. On this channel, we highlight East Africa through cultural videos, in-person interviews with locals, as well as hear the experience from diasporans within the region, as well as other expats. Please follow us for weekly uploads, and yeah, let's get into the video. First interview of East Africa Speaks. We are here with Oshara. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say thank you for doing the interview. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, one of the reasons we're doing these talks is because there's a lot of people from the UK, from North America, who are coming back and trying to find their roots, or trying to find themselves in East Africa, or just say anywhere in Africa. And so yeah. So both me and you right now, we are in Tanzania, and I'd like to just kind of hear your story. So where is home for you?
I was born in South Carolina,
Okay.
in the U.S.
Okay. All right.
And the reason I left the U.S. was shortly after the George Floyd incident.
Yeah.
I knew it was time to go. I knew that the West is falling.
Okay.
I wanted to come to Africa. I knew that, but I did not want to come to Africa alone.
Okay.
So I went to Jamaica and hung out there for a while, about a year, waiting for others, family, friends, whatever, to see what I could see. But it didn't happen. No one came in a year, so then I came on here to Africa alone.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I ended up in Tanzania first because a friend knew people here, and we stayed in Tonga for a month. Then moved to Dar.
Okay. Yeah.
Then to the mountains of Arusha.
Okay.
And now Moshi.
Okay. Cool. Nice. So, like you said, you went to Jamaica first. Do you think Jamaica was a good preparation for like coming out here, like spiritually, or like how would you say? I mean, like the order that you went into to get here.
I found Jamaica to be a stepping stone between the U.S. and Africa. So it's kind of, I didn't plan it that way, but it ended up being a nice stepping stone, culturally, I guess, to being here.
Okay, cool, awesome. So, Tanzania, is this your first African country?
This is my first African country in my life.
Okay, all right then. So talk about that, after being in the U.S., for many years, to now being, on the continent, how does it feel?
Bottom line, it feels great. But people say to come to Africa and visit first and see if you like it. But I just came. I just knew I needed to leave the U.S. and I couldn't think of anywhere else that might be home except Africa. I did not come get my feet wet. I just dived. I just dove in, and I'm here, and I feel safe. I'm glad I did come. I mean, Africa has its great challenges, but overall, all in all, I'm thankful to be here.
Okay, awesome. A great story so far. So now let's kind of talk about, some of the perks from being out here. Like, me personally, I'm just in love with the fruit, the nature. But from your end, what are some of the things that you enjoy about being here?
I like the feeling of being free.
Okay.
I tell the story of it coming from a place of police harassment. I came here and I was expecting that. So when I see a policeman, I have that anxiety around me. It took about 8 months to realize I don't feel anxious anymore. I don't feel jittery about black and white. I don't that's not a. I can just relax and be myself. There are other perks. I like the fruit as well. I like the greenery. This place is so green and it's so different from what I was told Africa was. So different. I like the open sky. I like seeing the stars at night.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now we also have to talk about, there's no good without bad. Not saying that it has to be bad, but there has to be balance. So, what are some of the challenges that you face from being out here?
The biggest challenge in Tanzania so far is the visa situation. Having to leave the country, to act like you be a tourist is not real. We're here to stay, and but I don't. It's just a big financial inconvenience and physical inconvenience to have to leave every 3 months. I wish somebody would do something about that.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, it's the beginning. It's a journey. Fortunately. Now talking about the language. So, have you learned any Swahili?
Deal. Yes.
Okay.
A little. When I first came, I dove in taking class after class after class, and I was learning it, and it's still somewhere in there, but I didn't have someone to practice using it with, so it went away. I won't say it went away, but I'm not fluent.
Yeah.
I plan to get back in the course, start over again, but right now I need a break,
Okay.
taking a rest.
Okay. Cool.
But the language barrier is a challenge. It really is.
Okay. All right. And besides the language barrier, are there any cultural barriers with you interacting with the people, or would you say there are any at all?
No, cultural barriers. The people are nice and friendly. There is a big difference in how we relate as far as money is there is just a different world. But the people are nice and warm and friendly. That kind of helps a lot.
True. Right. Okay. And so for some people who are moving out here, how long have you been in Tanzania now? Like a few months, a year, or
1 year.
1 year? Okay. So if you could give someone some advice, since you've already been here for a year about coming out here, what are some things you would tell them to prepare them for their experience?
I've been thinking about that one.
Yeah.
I'm I'm following spirit, so I don't know the best way to do for save your money, etc. I know that it you have to be self-sufficient to be here. You can't come here thinking you're going to find a job. So I guess that would be the biggest thing, is to come with some financial plan. But otherwise, I just feel protected, like I'm going to be able to stay here because Spirit has my back. They brought me here.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. And do you have any favorite places? I know you said you've been to Tonga, you've been to Arusha, been to Dar es Salaam. Is there a place that you really like so far, or like any cool stories?
Moshi here. I love Moshi. Every place has its own good things and bad things, of course. Tonga, I love uh, the quiet country feel of Tonga. Dar is a big city. I love that there's so much to do and many places to eat out. But it was just a big town, big city, and Spirit was telling me to get away from the ocean, so I came to the mountains.
Okay, cool.
Arusha is nice, but mostly is less congested, more green. I love it here.
True that. True that. Okay. And one last question. Let's see. And oh yeah, let's talk about the food. So like food wise, like as far as like access to food, pricing for food, do you normally cook or do you have someone who can come to your house and maybe make food for you? Are you at restaurants a lot? What would you say?
I cook for myself. My diet is different. I like to go raw a lot and do juicing a lot. So I I eat out often because I don't keep food at home for the most part except fruits and juices. Um, I would say if you come here, you will not starve. All those pictures of starving people in Africa, I don't see how it's possible with all the greenery and trees and fruit growing here. Um, I find the food to be fairly inexpensive.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. And is there anything you'd like to say to someone who may be thinking about going to anywhere in Africa? I know you said make sure you know, you're self-sufficient, but not saying that they have to come to Tanzania. Maybe they want to go to Ghana. Actually, let's talk about that. Why did you choose Tanzania instead of some of the popular places that are we'll say Ghana. Some people go to Kenya. Some people are going to we'll say South Africa. Nigeria. What made you choose Tanzania?
I was just blowing in the wind. I didn't choose Tanzania. Tanzania chose me. I was in Jamaica waiting for someone to go to Africa with me. It could have been anywhere in Africa, just set my feet on the continent. And my friend who I left going to Jamaica with had gone back to the States. And uh, I got a phone call from him saying, I'm in Tanzania.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you left me. You came without me.
Okay.
So I hopped the plane, went back to New York, and got a straight flight to Tanzania because, well, they were open, during COVID time. And I didn't want to have to take a flight where I spend the night in the airport in Turkey or wherever. So I went back to the States, to New York, and swiftly got a direct flight to Africa.
Okay. From New York. So New York to Dar, I'm guessing, or
New York there was a stop in, it came to Dar, the final, but there was a stop in Dubai, I think it was, but only for a couple hours.
Okay.
That I could handle.
Okay. Cool. Nice. Okay. All right. Well, before we close, is there anything else you'd like to say? It could be words of encouragement. It could be, anything you want someone to know who might be watching.
I would say fight through your fears and get here. We hear all kind of stuff, but I'm here and I find that it's not true. And a lot of the concerns, a lot of the worries we have about coming here is just not true. So get here. You'll be glad you did.
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, thanks, Oshara. Appreciate your time. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.